Champions League spot on the line. It's a beautiful evening in Santiago de los Caballeros. 79 degrees Fahrenheit. It's dropped a little bit since our first game. The percentage of rain has gone up to 59% and a little bit of wind, but welcome back to Estadio Cibao FC. We take a look at this beautiful venue, getting set for the finals of the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. The fans are piling in. They're getting excited. The noise is getting louder. They're so ecstatic to watch their home team, Cibao FC, compete in these finals. They've played host to all of these games for this Concacaf Caribbean Club Championship, but now their home team from the Dominican Republic will play host to Violette. Similar matchup to the first game on the same field, so a little bit of deja vu, but way more at stake in this one. Both of these teams getting into this international competition for the third time, so even there, and both of them winning their respective domestic leagues. Cibao FC winning the La Liga Dominicana, and Violette winning the Haitian League to be able to be here for the right to play and matching up in Group A. Both of them battling their way through that and into the semifinals, and both securing wins as we see the teams coming into the pitch, the starting 11. Cibao in their recognizable orange kits and Violette in the blue and white striped jerseys as well. Getting so close to getting underway in this one, which is sure to be a very entertaining matchup. Wonderful moments hearing the Concacaf music for these players that have worked so hard to advance to the opportunity to play in this final of international competition with so much on the line for both of these groups as the starting 11s begin to take their final photos before taking the field in these moments as we count down to kickoff. Violette lining up for theirs as well in those blue and white kits. And we'll take a look at the lineup. 6 different goal scorers in this group for manager Jorge Alfonso, but also Miguel Lloyd in goal, wearing the captain's armband, only giving up 3 goals in this competition. His veteran leadership so important to this group. Rayon Radix will take the whistle for the refereeing tonight, assisted by Ainsley Rochard, Cleon Lindy, and our 4th official is Benjamin Whitty. As the captains do gather, Steven Saba for Violette and Miguel Lloyd for Cibao. Take a look at the lineup for Ronnie Atami. Dijon has been so good this entire tournament, but watch for Denilson Pierre in so many games. His service from his outside back position has been critically important. And then the combination of Judy and Larima up top has proven fruitful for this Violette offense, especially in that semifinal game as you get a look at Roberto Luima, who scored in that semifinal. There's a lot of players on both teams that can generate so much in the attack. It's hard to even know where it's going to come from with these two groups and who's going to play that role, because there's so many attacking options for both of them. It's going to be an exciting matchup as both of these teams get after it, and we take a look at Steve Stannon in goal for Violette as final checks are made by our refereeing crew. Steven Saba wearing the captain's armband for Violette in midfield. It certainly isn't quiet in Estadio Cibao FC, but it's probably going to get even louder as we begin. And we are underway in this finals of the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. Violette in those blue kits as a tackle goes out of bounds. They'll be attacking from left to right. Cibao FC in those orange and bright kits from right to left. I'm Casey White, extremely ecstatic to be on the call for this one. It was a great first match. Now another one here for both of these groups. George getting started quickly from Violette, but that one goes astray. It'll be a goal kick to Cibao. Cibao looking for some early possession. And the first time these teams played, Violette started off very, very quickly, having generated the first opportunities of the game. Cibao FC, although did end up winning 3-0 from 3 different goal scorers as they look to start early, but offside is the call. We get a look at Jorge Alfonso, who's leading this Cibao FC group. A little bit faster approach from Cibao in this matchup, which pretty normal for a final. Charles did start off the scoring for them in this tournament against Violette, as well as Alba and Para, 2 second-half substitutes, providing the difference. This ball played in behind by Para. An early opportunity on the left flank. Back on the right foot, playing it across, and that one just sails high. No time being wasted by the offense of Cibao FC, getting in early. Playing that ball across was Yapa, and it sails over the top, but you can see how quickly Cibao FC can break. Songs of the home fans spurring on their team here early. That adrenaline going from the home side, getting into the attack quickly. First off that run that ended up being offside, but then the last chance opportunity. Foul call. That'll be a free kick to Violette. Saba looking to play quickly, but he'll be pushed backwards by our center official, Rayan Radix. Again, looking to play short. This little clip ball in, but it won't bypass the back line. Cibao FC so good in possession, looking to restart play and enter the middle third of the field. Cibao FC did top the group with a win and a tie on 4 points, stood alone at the top of the group for the winner to get to the semifinal. Another offside. Charles eager to get in behind, but the back line of Violette so far very organized. Rani Atemi, the manager for this Haitian side, organizing early and making sure his team is on top of things, as Cibao has come out very strong, looking to generate opportunities going forward. Looking to find the space on the opposite side of the field. It's a little bit too heavy. Florencio will walk and take this throw in. And Violette settling into that 4-5-1 defensively, just in the middle block, not pressing super high. They attack out of a 4-3-3, but bringing their wingers back to help defensively at times will look like there's 6 across the back to help their back 4. That time cleared out very well by Ismael Diaz. Great feet in midfield, but a hard tackle and great challenge. It still spurts out there. And a lot of energy so far in this first 5 minutes and change, as to be expected in a finale like this. Well done with the change of point. Difficult to defend. Ismael Diaz doing well to retreat on that ball with a change of point. Long range strike, and it forces a save. Miguel Lloyd, calm and composed to collect that one. Looking for the ball over the top. Again, it's Cibao. So Diaz will get that one in quickly and reestablish possession. Cibao winning their semifinal game after advancing to play the runners-up from Group B, which is Atletico Vega Real. Ball's played across to the opposite side. 1v1 in the flank, but well defended by Florencio. Six teams started out in this tournament, but there's so much at stake. Four of the teams out of the six had the opportunity to advance to more international competition through Concacaf. The winner of this one, as we know, is going to go to the Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League, as there's a hard challenge in midfield drawn by Carlin George. And there's a potential for three teams to advance to Scotiabank Concacaf League. The team that does not win this game is secured a spot there. Good turn on the far side flank, played across. It bounces down, but George not able to get there. Hard challenge. Play on, says our center official. And just out of the reach of a leaping Dijon on the far side. A lot of good play there by Judy. And George trying to play it in, but no backspin on that ball, just a bit too driven. But now Violette starting to get more into the game and showing what they can do on the offensive end. Atletico Vega Real also secured one of those spots. And now Waterhouse will play for that potential fourth spot against Bayamon FC on Wednesday. So a great international competition to allow for more from the Concacaf region. With long service in behind, Sannon is aware and able to come out and distribute quickly through the feet of St. Felix. That one falls through to the front runner. Strike from distance. Sannon with the save. Showing his ability to not only make the save, but avoid the corner kick. Well won in midfield that allowed for this opportunity from Yapa. Eric Yapa did score in that game against Cavalier in the 74th minute. That was a 3-3 tie, an absolute barn burner back and forth. And Cavalier did not advance out of this group of those three teams. Ball to the back post, brought down, lots of space. Can he find separation? Yes, right-footed shot is blocked out. And it'll be the first corner kick of the game to Violette. Potential of a short corner here as Salcedo goes out to defend. Somehow Cibao finding space in the right-footed shot. Just sneaking by that near post. A lot of traffic in front of Miguel Lloyd. Violette will go back into their defensive shape. The long ball right now, the only option, a foul called. Danielson Pierre draws that foul. The outside back seems to be quite hurt after that challenge. It bounces through. Yapa gives chase. Just great positioning by the outside back, Pierre. And right now, Violette doing really well in their 4-5-1 defensive system of play. Just shutting down spaces between. So Cibao looking to go long. And now Violette early on getting beat by it. Perhaps some offside though went in their favor, but now dropping well and defending it properly. Cibao FC, the champion of the Dominican League. That's how they qualified to get here, just as Violette did with the Haitian League. They've won the league twice since its inception, Cibao FC, 2018 and 2021. Runners up in 2016 and 2019, so a very steady presence at the top of the league. Good little clip ball in behind, but that one well read by Aurasius. Hard challenge. The crowd reacting to it, and a yellow card is given. Oscar Florencio with a difficult challenge will go over now and check on Judy. Oscar Florencio will retreat after being given that yellow card. We'll take a look at the challenge here. Jude gets his foot high, and so does Florencio. Looks to have just caught Judy's face as he came through, just a little bit late. And Rayon Radix, our center referee, right on top of things. Some organization being done for Violette as Judy gets a little bit of treatment there on the field. And he's up and moving, which is a good sign to see as the manager, Ronnie Etemi, talks to his captain, Steven Saba. Violette starting possession over, but a lot of pressure from Cibao. They're definitely pressing higher than Violette is to Cibao when they're in possession, and Violette doing well to get around it. A challenge from behind, and it goes the other direction. Judy appeared to have positioning, but it will go the other way. Steven Saba asking questions of our referee this evening. And looked to be clipped from behind. He's definitely positioning there, but was he clipped or was it close? It's hard to tell with that turf coming up into that angle, but nonetheless, it's going to go the other way and be a free kick to Cibao. This is not a good sign for Violette. Stevenson Judy, a goal scorer for them throughout this tournament. Two goals in their last game in the semifinal versus Waterhouse, so in very good form as the tournament has gone on. 2 of the 6 goals have come from him. And the last one he got in the 87th minute of that semifinal was a beauty, bending it into the far post. Back underway, and Judy will have to get treatment off to the side. Player down for Violette. These are critical moments in a game like this to make sure that Violette stays compact and not allow any opportunity for Cibao as they have the numerical advantage. A heavy ball as Para looks to get in behind. Little spell of possession here, and Judy appears to be okay and is jogging back onto the field. You can just see the lines in their system of play, Violette, as they're completely content to allow them to possess further away from their goal, but now Stevenson Judy enters back, and perhaps they'll get some pressure higher, and they do. Violette in their 3rd appearance in the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championship. Their last one coming in 2002, so it's been a while. 20 years since they've been in this competition and making the most of it, securing at minimum that Scotiabank Concacaf League spot, but hoping for more Violette. Pressing high is Para. No advantage given. And the card is shown to Renato Lambert. Renato Lambert just coming in late, and wow, that is a dangerous tackle. Coming through with those studs up, and Johan Para lucky to not be hurting more and already to his feet. Johan Para has largely come off the bench for Cibao, but getting the start here this evening. Scoring in the first matchup against Violette. He actually scored on the first touch entering the game in the second half. This ball played in behind. Some contact, and it is going to be a penalty. Some celebration for earning that penalty. And Shannon unhappy. We'll have to take a look at this one, but it's going to be a penalty kick. Just a little clip ball. And again, that little tug, just enough to impede that run. Maria was making that run, came up from his center back position on the far post, and Charles played it so quickly that I don't believe the back line was ready from Violette. And I believe they're discussing if it was Renato Lambert who was just shown the yellow card for that challenge. And if it was, Violette could be in trouble. There is going to be another yellow card given. And that is the second yellow given to Lambert. And he hasn't shown the red, but it's coming. There it is. Our center official shows the red card to Renato Lambert. 2 fouls in a matter of a minute, and this could flip the game on its head. A foul that just doesn't make sense for a team that is playing well against Cibao FC, the hometown team. In one of the worst scenarios you can be in right now, because not only has the red card come, but there's an ensuing penalty kick. Charles is stepping up to this one, and he's the one who played the set piece as well. Charles calmly steps up with the right foot, and it goes wide off the post, and maybe a little bit of hope here for Violette. It is so early in this one, and yes, they are going to have to play down a player for a big majority of this game, but a little bit of life and spirit back in the Violette team as Charles pushes that one wide as he comes across it with the right foot. Steve Sannon did guess the right way, but there was enough pace on that one to sneak in the far post, but no, glancing off and out for a goal kick. A rare miss from the center midfielder. Has 2 goals already in this tournament. The opening goal of the tournament for Cibao, but also the winning goal in the semifinal to get them to this point in the 11th minute against Atletico Vega Real. And we're going to have an early substitution for Violette. Fernando Cicerone is going to come into this one. This is going to have to be a tactical change, as a lot of this game they are going to be playing down. Curlin George is making way for Cicerone. But Ronnie Atami having to take off an attacking-minded player to ensure that the back line is secure. A Cicerone, a defender, will come into the game. St. Felix looks to go forward for Violette. This is a great ball in. It stays floated. It falls down to another player. Second chance opportunity. No. And this one across. No runners in the box for Violette. But a lot of energy coming from the Violette AC side. And this is going to be about moments for Violette. Not going to be able to attack quite as freely since they are down a player. That red card coming in the 22nd minute from Lambert. The first yellow coming in the 20th minute. And on the ensuing play, an obvious second yellow. These are the moments where Violette will have to stay composed, but now they're able to maybe capitalize on a mistake. Well recovered in midfield. The challenge does go against Violette, and that one drawn by Diaz. Denny Camille was called for that foul, but still some treatment needed. And we're in the 26th minute already. Such an active first half from Santiago de los Caballeros in the Dominican Republic. I'm Casey White on the call for this finals matchup of the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. A red card already having been issued to Lambert in the 22nd minute, but the following penalty kick was missed by Charles, so some life back into Violette. We're still at 0-0 in this finale. And you can see how great of a crowd we have here on hand for this one. Little clip ball in behind, one initially by Cibao and collected again. Back on the left foot, this one on frame. Sannon knocks the initial one up and over, corner kick. Juan Diaz will take this one in swinging with the left foot, but the opportunity came from this space in the wide play from Diaz. Gets it on his left foot and just tries his luck from distance as Violette gets further compact. Good save by Sannon, out for a throw in on this near side flank. Ishmael Diaz with the throw in, and we'll be able to start to see as this game goes on, the outside backs of Cibao are going to be able to get forward more. And Judy has been subbed for Cherie. Cherie has come into the game. Judy is a big loss for Violette on the offensive end, but he's taken so many knocks in this first 28 minutes that last one we saw is going to cause him to be subbed out. Mishneh Cherie plays for the Haitian under-23s and a goal scorer in and of himself. This ball played in, Sannon able to collect. So another attacking player coming in for Violette. And although that might seem a little bit concerning to lose Stevenson Judy, it is going to be a different tactical game after having that red card. Violette is going to have to look to stay really compact and disciplined defensively and be absolutely on point with any attacking opportunities they do create, whether it be through a set piece, a counterattack. But they're going to have to take advantage of those opportunities. No easy task against a team like Cibao with their talent and also the hometown fans behind them. We have a great crowd on hand. In our earlier game, we did have an attendance of 1,561 in the crowd. Now we've got the hometown team playing in Cibao, and there are some Haitian fans out there for Violette that you could hear throughout this first half so far, but it's a great crowd on hand to witness this one. Good individual creativity, and that was well received. Mishneh Cherie announcing himself into this game. Johan Parra looking for some separation. 1v3, and the 3 went out, and going the opposite way is Violette. Cleared but deflected, corner kick. Steven Saba going over, the captain, to take this corner kick for Violette. A recent call-up to Concacaf Nations League for Haiti. So he'll be being a part of that international competition for his country in a few weeks from now. Right-footed out-swinging service, cleared out initially A late long-range opportunity, but well contested. It still falls to the feet. Right-footed shot deflected into the arms of Miguel Lloyd. Steven Saba representing Haiti, also represented the United States at the under-18 level, holding a U.S. passport as well, now with the Haiti senior team and captaining this group tonight. A good ball in behind. Well done to break the lines. Yapa. Good footwork, but even better defending to avoid a cross and a corner kick. Be careful inside that penalty area, forcing them out, and now eventually cleared. Lopez switches through Charles, but it's one in midfield. Perhaps a counterattack. 3v2. A little slip ball in behind. On the left foot. No, it's saved. Miguel Lloyd gets down very quickly to make such a good and well-timed save for Cibao. Roberto Luima seems to have done everything right on that one. Kept it low, going to the far post, but Miguel Lloyd just so hard to beat, and he's proven it so much in this tournament. Foul called on Violette. It'll be a set piece to Cibao FC going the other way. Wouldn't this have been something? Saba wins it in midfield, a little individual flair, some combination play, and just a well-weighted ball to Luima. And this very easily could have been 1-0 to the team that is down a man. Four players in the wall. There is quite a bit of distance here. Charles goes last opportunity, and he does earn a corner kick. Such an offensive threat is Charles, and he'll jog over for the corner kick as well. Only sending one to defend is Violette, and Johan Parra decides to recycle his run. In swinging ball, Sannon's out. He's not able to get it. Cleared off the line. Another service, but well defended by Violette, and they will try to go the other way at pace. Good countermeasures to stifle that counterattack by the back line of Cibao. Violette now setting up in that 4-4-1 defensive shape. Cherie at the top, and it's a much lower block than initially was started in the game. Makes complete sense from a tactical perspective. Being down the to play in those wide spaces to try to open up little pockets of space to try to penetrate. Early ball across and won by Violette. An errant second chance. That'll be a throw in deep in the end for Violette. Foul is called. Dijon earning that one. And no signs of slowing down for Violette. Certainly not trying to just eat away the time. They're still pushing the pace when they can. Dijon coming in for the throw-in. And Ishmael Diaz just a little bit over-aggressive there and drawn by Dijon. Flicked on, but coming inside was the run from Diaz. Still going in that wide space. Play on, says Rayon Radix. Juan Diaz elects to switch the point through midfield. There's a little bit of extra space available right now as Violette was trying to get forward. Put ball in behind, well defended. That run from the outside in from Diaz is proving to be a tough one to handle for Violette's outside back there. Denilson Pierre on the far side, but the center back cuts it out well. Little flip ball in. Good cover from the center back. Cicero was a first half substitute coming into that center back role after the red card. Foul call. A 1v1. Juan Diaz is down after that 1v1 challenge. Denilson Pierre will be spoken to for the tough challenge, but nothing more. Diaz gets Pierre to bite a little bit with the deception and just the arm extended. Diaz is up and okay, and just like with these corner kicks from the side, he'll take with his left foot for an in-swinger. Diaz with the service. This one in! And it's in! It's converted! And perhaps no. Appears to be an offside call. Darren Gonzalez thought he had the goal to put Cibao on top. What a dangerous ball from Juan Diaz, and they are certainly not happy. Some moments of temporary excitement and happiness. The ball played across, and Gonzalez was in, but a high line, it appears, from Violette. We're in the 40th minute, still knotted up at 0-0, but don't let that scoreline fool you. It has been absolutely entertaining in this one. Opportunities on both ends and a little bit of drama. A lot for a first half in the finals of this Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championship. And Cibao not only hosting this one, but finishing top of the group, also is the only team among the current participants that has won the Concacaf Caribbean Club Championship. They won in 2017 and became the first Dominican club to do so, representing in the Concacaf Champions League in 2018 due to their win. So they're looking to repeat in this edition. They made it to the round of 16 in that Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League edition. Really compact shape from Violette. And you got to think they're hoping to get into this halftime at 0-0. But Cibao continuing to look to go forward. Still lots of time left as the clock continues to count up towards halftime. So served in. It bounces back to Paro, tries to help it on, but Cicerone is there. Doing well to beat initial pressure and then drawing the foul is Lima. And little things like this just buy time for Violette. And yes, we're early on in this one, but all those little things matter as Charles comes back and fights for that ball and is called for the foul. It's the initial contact there. He appeared to get position, but the initial contact with the arm. Charles flips ball in. Well won by Horatius, and Senan will jog over and bring in some pressure before collecting. And Violette has really settled into this one. It's 20 plus minutes that they've been down a player. Not only down a player, then this substitution was made, where Cicerone came into the game for a defensive reinforcement. Good ball to the back post, but a missed touch, and that'll be a goal kick. But it's really kind of settled in. There were some interesting moments right after Renato Lambert was given the red card. Dijon, who has switched over a little bit to that left side, hasn't really been involved on the right side as much, even prior to the red card changing the dynamic of the game, and he's been so dangerous all tournament. That'll be certainly something that would help Violette if he can be a bit more involved when they are able to go forward. Hard challenge at midfield. Roberto Lima being spoken to by our center official. Ishmael Diaz does appear to be okay, however. Bouncing ball, and Ishmael Diaz just gets there first and is the recipient of a late challenge from Lima. I don't think there's much in it, but just the timing of that, very difficult. Pierre taking his time, and now we'll get it into play for Violette. Great turn in the midfield space. Can't be understated, Danny Camille playing such an important role in that midfield for Violette, and that holding mid role, just trying to stop any attacks from Cibao through the middle, just taking some pressure off his back line with his role. Not a good clear. Johan Parra cleared off the line. That ball 2 yards from going in, and Wendy St. Felix recovers so well right on the 45-minute mark. 2 additional minutes minimum are going to be added. This one headed across. Dangerous moments for Violette. Turning into pressure and bailed out by a foul there. Wow, what defensive effort from St. Felix. There was a miscommunication on the clearance, and Johan Parra, so opportunistic in front of goal. Diaz, a bit hopeful with this ball, but just doing so well to clear that off the line is St. Felix, as Horatius tried to clear it with the outside of his right foot, and it bounced through, committing salmon. How important could that prove to be if Violette's able to get into halftime even? Saba takes 3 players to stop him. Great last-minute tackle there. Arasius, well-timed tackle as Yapa tried to get in. And those are the moments that are really scary for Violette, and Cibao looking to take advantage. When Violette looks to go forward, they're in an expansive shape and allows for those opportunities with some space in behind the back line. Great ball and behind some combination play, but a great recovery there from the center back, Cicerone. Maybe one opportunity for Violette, well cut out by Gonzalez. And a tough challenge as Janilson Pierre steps up, and that will take us to halftime. I don't know if the first half of the final can get more entertaining than what we've seen. Yes, 0-0 between these two teams, a rematch of Group A. But so much going on. A penalty kick, a red card, opportunities on both ends despite Violette being down a man for half of this first period. Wow, this one's shaping up to be a really exciting one. Can Violette continue to hold off the potent offense of Cibao being down a player? We'll see. Or can Cibao generate the opportunity that's going to give them the lead? We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with Estadio Cibao FC has been host to a great first half for this final of the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championship. That opportunity early came for Adrian Salcedo, but not able to convert on the pass from Yapa. Cibao FC starting off very, very quick. Violette with an opportunity themselves. The first 20 minutes exciting on both ends. Danny Camille with this strike from distance. Miguel Lloyd does well to hold it. Stevenson Judy took a lot of challenges early in the game, and Violette did try to continue to go forward, but Yapa with this opportunity from distance testing Sanen. But this is where it would get interesting. The red card, a second yellow given to Lambert in the 22nd minute. He had the foul and got a yellow card that set up Charles for that one, and then a very obvious second yellow leading to this penalty kick, but not able to be converted by Charles. Salmon celebrating as he should. It stayed level at 0. And that's how the rest of the first half would go. Diaz testing Salmon on that one. And Cibao would resort to long-range opportunities. This perhaps the best opportunity of the game after the red card from Luima. But Miguel Lloyd, wow, what a save. Violette still tried to go forward, but Cibao FC just continuing to put on the pressure. The outside back, St. Felix, coming to the rescue right at the end of the first half. Yohan Para certainly thought he had the go-ahead goal there as he had beaten Salmon to that opportunity, but St. Felix came to his aid to clear that one just off the line. But a lot of dynamics going on in this one. Still knotted at 0-0. Both of these teams just battling it out for that Scotiabank Welcome back to Estadio Cibao FC. We're just a few minutes from starting second half action in this finals of the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championship. We're tied at 0-0 between Cibao FC and Violette AC. A rematch of their first group game in Group A. It was a 3-0 victory to Cibao, but it was only 1-0 at halftime. This time 0-0, even after that 22nd minute red card to Renato Lambert of Violette. But Violette proving they can be disciplined and compact in their defensive shape, and so far keeping Cibao from being able to convert. Cibao FC thought they had converted just before halftime on a Darren Gonzalez goal, but offside was the call. Both of these teams vying for that spot in Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League in 2023. And we've got a great crowd on hand, both for the hometown team, Cibao FC, but also a lot of visitors from Haiti supporting Violette. So it's making for a great atmosphere here this evening. And there's the whistle for the beginning of the second half. Cibao FC taking on Violette. An entertaining first half of play. I'm Casey White on the call for this final with so many implications. No telling what is going to come our way in this second half. It's just such an awesome tactical matchup as well, where Violette is really going to have to change how they're playing since that 22nd minute as the ball's floated in. It'll be very interesting to see if fatigue does become a factor. If you're Cibao FC, you want to keep as much possession as possible, taking advantage of that numerical superiority that was created by that red card. Violette needing to be very disciplined defensively and pick their moments in this game. They've settled into that 4-4-1 defensive shape, especially in the low block. Cherie chasing up top. He was a first half substitute for Stevenson Judy, who had some knocks in the first half and had to be substituted out. So Loima has slid into that outside mid position in their defensive system of play, and Cherie is now the lone striker for Violette. A bit impatient there with the left-footed ball in off of the left foot of Diaz. A good save there by Shannon, knocking down the initial opportunity and then collecting and playing out. There was a substitution at halftime. Number 26, Welcome Luis, came in for Oscar Florencio, who was on a yellow card, the outside back. So a personnel change for Cibao. Not sure if there will be any real tactical changes in the way they're playing. Right now, most of the opportunities are coming from distance, finding that space in front of the back line, because inevitably, as there's more possession, Violette is forced a little further back. Throw in on the near side flank. Danielson Pierre will go to that one and look to establish some play. Decides to go long. That one trickles out for a throw in deep in the Cibao end. Both of these teams looking to secure that spot in the Concacaf Champions League. It's a completely coveted spot, of course, to be in that competition in 2023. The team that does not win this evening does secure a spot in the Concacaf League, but certainly both of these teams wanting to make it to Champions League. Earlier, Atletico Vega Real secured a spot in Concacaf League with their win over Waterhouse, winning in penalty kicks. Good space on the near side, blocked out of play for a corner kick. Charles is going to step up to this one, this time an outswinger from this side to the near post area, but cleared out. Foul called, and Violette will get a free kick. A strong challenge in the box by Danielson Pierre. And he's finally up after clearing that initial ball in from Charles. Jorge Alfonso looking on as his team is up a man, but not able yet to create some definitive opportunities. Ronnie Atami has to be happy with Violette thus far. Not happy to go down through the red card, but in the response since the 22nd minute have really been smart about how they've gone forward. They really have to pick and choose their opportunities because the game is so long. If this game were to end regulation in a tie, there would be two 15-minute periods of overtime and then a potential of kicks from the spot is still tied. So needing to be quite smart about what times they pick and choose to go forward. Great little ball in behind from Cibao. Finding the feet in the box. Now a service across. Flicked on. And so it'll fall to the feet of Cibao. Great save! Sanin up to the task. Puts that one around the post for a corner kick. The ball from Diaz gets headed down, and Yapa just shows so much composure here for a great opportunity on frame. Sanin does so well to put that around, and they're going to need to make sure they are disciplined defensively here on this corner kick. Left-footed shot, trying to curl it in back post, but it'll go wide. Understandably so, Cibao putting their line of confrontation quite a bit higher, looking to press up, but it appears Sanin will go long, so starting to retreat just a little bit is the front line of Cibao. A hard challenge, and that will be called. Juan Diaz is the player down for Cibao FC, being checked on by Charles. Giancarlos Lopez also going over to check on his teammates. You see coming in very late is Danny Camille. It's the right call, tough challenge, and very late from the midfielder. And Concacaf Nations League starting in the beginning of June, Giancarlos Lopez, who's in the midfield for Cibao, has been called in by the Dominican Republic, along with Carlos Heredia, who's on the bench today for Cibao. Both of those players, along with Saba for Haiti, will be representing their country for CONCACAF competition. Top of the box, it falls to the right foot, but handball. And now they'll go quickly. This is one of those moments they can choose to try to go forward. It's Lima looking to take on 3 players. And man, he causes trouble, but eventually well defended and cleared. Looking to expose the wide space, and really that's something that Cibao needs to look to do more of. You can see the compact shape. It's a 4-4-1, but at times between 5 and 6 players do drop into that back line. And it's so compact centrally, getting into those wide areas for Cibao makes a player come out, and if they don't, you get that cross in that's so dangerous. So either way, it really can expose a really deep, compact shape from the opposition. The outside backs can be a huge help in that, as they can look to continue to go forward just to create that 2v1 numerical advantage in the wide space. Charles. Yapa. Yapa does well to protect possession there. There it is into the feet of Yapa. Good turn. And well defended, forcing Yapa out of the penalty area. And again, another well-timed tackle. And that's a tough challenge from behind. Won't be surprised if we don't see a card here, and it is going to come out. Eric Yapa is going to be booked in the 57th minute. Lost the initial challenge, then going to support his teammate, just coming from behind, and a definite bookable offense there for the forward. Good ball in. Not a very well-timed near post run there. Just a little bit too close to the near post. Not able to direct it on frame. But again, that wide space proving fruitful for Cibao. And they're playing out of that 4-4-2, and so immediately have 2 players in the penalty box at all times. So those crosses from the wide space could be a huge difference for Cibao as they look to continue to generate opportunities going forward. Good challenge from Shuri, but one again. in midfield. Lopez with the calm touch to establish possession. Lopez. Again, pushing Violette further and further back with this sustained possession by Cibao. Oh, this one goes all the way through. It falls to the feet. On the right foot, a strike! Pushed over the bar by Salmon. Johan Parra unleashes a shot. This one somehow trickles all the way across to Parra. And it looked like Salmon got a touch on that, but it's going to be a goal kick. Christian Alba entering the game now for Cibao. Came in the second half of the first meetup. He'll be replacing Johan Parra. Scored in the 57th minute of the first meeting between these two teams in Group A. So another presence coming off the bench to perhaps provide a little different look in the attack for Cibao. Taking a little bit of time. Lopez doesn't look pleased for Cibao. Shuri able to make his way back to his feet. Christian Alba, extremely new to this Cibao side, coming in April 2022 and signing at that point from Uruguay. Prior to coming to this tournament, already 3 appearances and 2 goals, and then getting the 1 goal in that opener game as well, as Shuri gives chase. Some sustained possession from Cibao. And Violette just showing a lot of discipline defensively, staying back in their shape. And it could end up allowing some long-range opportunities and little clip balls like this one going in, but not wanting to get out of their defensive shape, because that's where their strength is right now. They can build numbers there defensively. Well played out by St. Felix. An opportunity, but that one is high. And Violette doing their job right now, just allowing some like half chance opportunities. Nothing really clear yet. A lot of time still to go in this one. But as a team that's down a player, that's what you want. You know you're not going to eliminate chances, but want lots of numbers around the ball so it's not completely clear cut of an opportunity. The Haitian fans getting excited with each individual challenge, spurring on their team from Violette AC. Doing well to protect the ball there, drawing the foul on Ishmael Diaz. It was a little bit of light contact, but there was positioning there. And these opportunities just buy time for Violette. A rare occurrence to try to keep possession here for Violette as they're down a player. Play on, says the referee. And again, the speed of play right now playing into the favor of Violette as Cibao takes too long to get forward and they're able to establish their defensive shape. This ball is played in. Sannon makes the initial save. Bouncing down to Lopez, who takes a crack, but nowhere near on target. That'll be cleared out for a throw-in. Two players down for Violette. Captain Steven Saba and goalkeeper Steve Sannon both down after that play. We'll take a look at the last challenge that has Steve Sannon down, and there was a little clip at the end, initially run into by the Cibao forward, but then his own player. And he'll get a little bit of medical attention. He seems to be okay. It's Saba, the center midfielder, that's down. That looks a little bit more concerning. And we're just about to enter the 66th minute. Violette and Cibao FC tied at 0-0. A lot of action in the first half. The most notable one, that 22nd minute red card that has Violette down a player. So a lot at stake right now in this final of the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. I'm Casey White on the call for this one. It's been an exciting night of games. The first game for third place going to penalties with Atletico Vega Real coming out on top over Waterhouse from Jamaica. Now this one still knotted at 0, even though going on 40 minutes of being a player down is Violette. Now back underway in that middle. Looking to try to penetrate forward before Violette can get set in their defensive shape. Not able to do so, but finding a little bit of space in front. Yapa gives chase. Diaz unhappy as we get a few substitutions that are going to be coming into the game for Violette. Some fresh legs appear to be entering, which makes complete sense for all the work that the players are currently having to do. Johnny Parima will come into the game. He'll be replacing Danny Camille. Also coming into the game, Shayla of Arcales will come in. Going to be replacing Miche Nadi Sherry. So Sherry came into the first half of the game for Judy, already exiting. And two pairs of fresh legs will come in, both of them midfielders, and that's where a lot of this work is being done, not only having to secure their defensive shape in their defending half, but also springing forward, trying to create some counter-attacking opportunities for Violette when possible. And Danny Camille exited, but did a lot of work in that midfield. He was in that holding midfield role, and such an important role in front of that back line. Just a lot of disruptive behavior from the center midfielder. And Yapa a bit over-aggressive on that tackle. Cibao looking to go quickly after that mistake from Sannon. A lot of space at the top of the area. Headed out, well defended again by Violette. And Cibao looking to try to play a little bit quicker. Their speed of play letting them down a little bit as Violette is able to recover. It's taking 2 and 3 passes to be able to get forward and create opportunities. And Violette so far has been up to the task of recovering and finding their shape early. And ultimately what happens, we start to get to the last 20 minutes of regulation, frustration setting in for Cibao. Being a player up for this long, the expectation very high to generate scoring opportunities, but really possession is their friend, as Violette will certainly continue to fatigue a little bit as this game goes on. Miguel Lloyd, calm as ever in possession out of the back for Cibao. Hasn't gotten a lot of touches in this second half, as Cibao FC really has figured out a way to not allow counterattacking opportunities like they did in the first half. Going back to the wide area is Cibao with the cross. The initial opportunity cleared, but Lopez is cleaning it up. Won by Saba in midfield, who's been so brilliant in that midfield role. Now, out of a defensive shape is Cibao. Is there an attacking opportunity here for Violette? Struck wide, not on frame, and it'll be a goal kick. And you can see the fans getting louder and louder as this game continues. Well-represented fans on both sides. It's a good representation for Concacaf in this finale of these Caribbean Club Championships, just showcasing the Caribbean style of play of both of these countries. Left-footed ball by Diaz, initially cleared. Violette not able to step their lines, and that could end up being a challenge as the game goes on, as Cibao hasn't been far off with those long-distance opportunities. Salcedo again looking to start over possession, and I'd like to see some of these players dribble, penetrate, and draw the players out for Violette. This strike from distance is wide. But Violette showing a lot of discipline. It may take a little more from the center backs and outside backs of Cibao to draw them out. Violette in on the far side, getting into the penalty area. Good ball across. Miguel Lloyd organizing after making that save and cutting out the cross. And Violette still looking like they could break into a counterattack at any moment. So something that Cibao is going to have to be aware of are those countermeasures, making sure they're organized to not allow a clear opportunity off the counter. And taking his time on the goal kick. And the third place game did go straight to penalties, but this game will go to 2 15-minute periods of overtime. That will be played in its entirety, no matter what happens in those overtime periods. Penalty kicks only after if it's still tied, but we're at the 75th minute mark, so still a lot of time to go in regulation. But Violette not looking like they're going to give too many clear opportunities against a team that does have the numerical advantage. And Violette looking to create something in the counterattack, but Cibao doing extremely well to ensure that they don't get any clear chances either on their end. Strike from distance, this one over the crossbar, goal kick. Shannon electing to go long. This one won in midfield, and there'll be a throw in to Violette. In the first match of Group A, these teams played to a 3-0 final score. This one 0-0, so a completely different style of game. The first game remained 11v11 the entire time. It was 1-0 at half off a Charles goal, and then Alba and Para came in off the bench to score to make it 3-0 and giving that initial 3 points to Cibao. This one knotted up at 0-0 and not a lot of clear opportunities as Denilson Pierre gets into the penalty area for Violette. It goes across, deflected. A corner kick for Violette, and this could prove to be so important as their chances are few and far between. Darren Gonzalez does so well to come across and ensure that one did not find anyone across the area. Shayla Arcalis steps up to this one. The service so important for Violette. Going short. It'll be recycled. Right-footed cross, weird deflection, and the next one is eventually cleared. It seemed a bit of a missed opportunity going short on that set piece for Violette. Cleared out by Murillo. Coming from an offside position there, and Violette will play quickly down the near side flank. Getting into the penalty area, and it's a cross! It's a shot on frame! And that's a close one right there for Dijon. Luima makes a great run and cutting it back. But Miguel Lloyd just seems to make things look so easy in goal for Cibao. Well defended in the wide space. 3 against 2 from Violette. A lot of pressure as Cibao looks to put high pressure on the back line of Violette, and somehow it's still cleared out. This ball played in. It makes its way to the near post area, deflected out, and it'll be another corner for Cibao. Diaz appears to be leaving that one, usually with the left-footed in-swinger. Carlos Heredia makes his way onto the field, and it will be Diaz now going back out there for the service from the corner kick. Diaz goes right across the 6-yard box, cleared out off the head of a Violette back. Was Arcalis able to get to that one? There'll be another corner kick. Heredia going to Jordan Short, also off the left foot, deflected out, throw in to Cibao. And Cibao is in their 3rd participation. In their first one in 2017, they were champions. They did qualify also for the one in 2020, but they beat San Juan Jabote 1-0 from Trinidad and Tobago to bring home the championship, which allowed them their participation in the 2018 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. And doing everything they can to try to have that other opportunity, but Violette standing in the way currently and just being a nuisance as they look to counterattack going forward. A 2v1 in the wide space. Luima cuts inside. Opportunity on frame. It sails just over. And Roberto Luima has been such a bright spot for Violette off the counterattack. And it needed about another yard or two as it continued to dip down, but he didn't have it. The crowd loving what's going on and rewarding the players with all of these songs from the Cibao supporter section, as you can see there. Just loving the game, and then a lot of Haitian supporters as well for Violette AC making the trek here. It's close in proximity, so it's great to have fans represented from both sides. What a great atmosphere for both of these teams. Finding the half space in front of the back line is Charles in isolation on the right side. Diaz trying to get the cross, but it goes over the inline prior to that attempt, and it'll be a goal kick. And Violette, again, coming into this tournament for the first time in 20 years. In 2002 was their last participation. They finished 3rd in the final group. So already in a better spot, having secured qualification for Concacaf League, trying to get a little bit more out of this one, but already in a better place than they were during their last Caribbean Club Championship appearance. Well challenged there up top. Diaz. Great ball by Diaz to change the point. Violette now going on 60 minutes being a man down after that 22nd minute red card to Lambert. Ball played in, an initial foul by Alba, extending the arm to create space. Worth taking a wide open after that first touch in the 84th minute. Lopez looking to establish possession. Gonzalez switching the point. Trying to expose that wide space in the 2v1, but the outside back does well to shut it down quickly. 6 across the back line for Violette at this point. It's just so hard to find any space for Cibao. Great ball in behind, a 1v1 opportunity, and just playing it safe is Murillo. No reason to give up anything silly as Dijon was bearing down on him. He has so much pace, and although we haven't seen a lot of him in this game due to the nature of it, he's such an attacking presence for Violette. It's going to be very important for Cibao FC to make sure they keep an eye on him, because certainly someone that can capitalize on a mistake or a counterattack. Great recovery from Violette on that one. In their defensive shape, just able to recover quickly. Cibao trying to get a counterattack of their own, but not able to do so. And here they try again. Nielsen Pierre gets it back underway and in play. Well cleared by Murillo. And not much fatigue setting in here for Violette. They've been very particular about when to go forward, and they've just shown so much discipline in their shape. But we are nearing the 90-minute mark. And Cibao continues to look to create chances. Diaz trying to have an expansive wide shape. What a ball into the back post, and it's headed down. Not on frame from Alba. But that blindside run off the back shoulder of the defender is something that's been very good for Cibao. Some frustration setting in for Diaz, who played that ball across, and Alba not able to force a save from Sanin. And it's a great thing to hear the crowd going so strong here in the 88th minute. 3,420 people reported in attendance at this final game of this Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships, and a great number for such an important game for these domestic clubs. But not only a great number, but a great spirit from the fans. They are so involved in this one. It makes it fun for everyone. The players, most importantly, to have the atmosphere to compete for a championship here. Time starting to tick down. Shannon was off his line a little bit, so a bit of an optimistic opportunity there to try to catch him off guard. Well played by Violette. Some opening in the wide space. Can Murillo get there? He does. A sliding tackle out, and Violette will have a throw in deep in the end of Cibao. There was a blindside run on the opposite side, but Arcalas choosing to go to his right for that opportunity, and Murillo able to recover. And again, as we get to the 90th minute, if this does remain at 0-0, there'll be two 15-minute periods of extra time. An opportunity. Cibao thought a foul might be called there, it looked like, and no reaction. Dijon goes for an opportunity of his own, and Miguel Lloyd is up to the challenge. Corner kick coming for Violette. Arcalas playing early short again. It'll be a reservice. Played across, but to the near post. Not a dangerous ball, but coming up with it is Violette. Can they keep it in the attacking third? They do. Perhaps for a third chance opportunity here. Great ball by Saba. All the way through, just a little heavy. And our fourth official, Benjamin Whitty, is indicating 3 additional minutes of time at the end of regulation as Cibao gets the ball in play quickly. Diaz was hoping to draw the foul, actually, as St. Felix walks ahead. A good battle there for the outside back and the winger. Violette actually gets that free kick and looking to go the other direction as 1 minute of added time is down, 2 to go at minimum. Continuing to look to go forward is Violette. There will be some space exposed because of that, but the foul was committed. Parima with that foul, and he has the fresh legs of coming on in the second half alongside Arcalas. Arcalas doing some defensive work as he drops into that right midfield spot as they go back into their 4-4-1. A lot of space in front of the defensive shape. Looking to float this one back in. And that goes across for a goal kick. And actually, it appears there was an initial offside call, so they'll get a few extra yards, Violette, to get this one back into play. Violette taking their time. And again, if there's no opportunity in score here in the next 30 some odd seconds, there will be two 15-minute periods of overtime for these groups. Rio playing it forward. Perhaps one opportunity left for Cibao as they look to get into the attacking final third. The clock is winding down, intercepted, and that's the final whistle for regulation. It is going to be at least overtime for these two teams to attempt to break the deadlock that has been this entire game. It's 0-0 between Cibao FC and Violette AC. Since the 22nd minute mark, Violette Athletic Club has been playing a man down after Renato Lambert was shown 2 yellows in a span of 2 minutes. So much drama in that first half, but really Violette has stifled Cibao here in the second half especially, and still looking to create opportunities going forward. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back for these 2 15-minute overtime periods to see if anyone can find that go-ahead goal during that period. Stick around. Welcome back to Estadio Cibao FC, the site of this final game of the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. A spot in Concacaf Champions League on the line heading into overtime as we're tied at 0-0 between Cibao FC and Violette AC. Both teams and both coaching staffs getting final words in before we'll kick off for these 2 overtime periods. Violette AC has been down a player since the 22nd minute and has been so good in their defensive shape. Will remain to be seen if fatigue will play a factor at some point in this one. Both teams have used 3 substitutions so far, and Violette has been able to maintain their disciplined defending shape to not allow Cibao FC to break through. And really, there haven't been clear opportunities, and that's what you want as a team that is down a player. Cibao FC, however, getting a little more frustrated as the half went on. They do also have those 3 substitutes in as well, in Alba, Heredia, and Luis. But something that could really help them is getting those outside backs forward a little bit more and exposing the wide space. When they've looked the most dangerous, it's because they've been in those wide space areas and getting early crosses off and drawing defenders out of their compact shape. Violette AC still looking to just try to stifle the attack of Cibao as Jorge Alfonso looks on, the manager for Cibao FC. but also trying to create some opportunities going forward. They've generated a few corner kicks, but Arcalas, the second half substitute, has chosen to go short, and we are underway now in this first overtime period from Santiago de los Caballeros in the Dominican Republic. This has been an incredible venue through the entirety of this Concacaf tournament. And the hometown fans, I'm sure, excited to have their team in this situation playing in the final. But Violette has so many supporters as well. And initially, it does appear that Violette has gone into a 5-back. And so more of a 5-3-1 now rather than their 4-1-4-1 from the 22nd minute on. So perhaps a tactical change as we go into this first overtime period. Ball's floated in. It bounces down. Sanin, alert to the danger, comes out and quickly distributes into the wide space for a counterattack. A 1v1 opportunity for Violette going forward. He slides it in. Well-timed tackled, and wow, scary times for Cibao. Ishmael Diaz comes across from his left back position to ensure there's no opportunity to get past Lloyd. Incredibly impressive how Violette has managed their counter-attacking opportunities. There's no errant passes. It really is only going forward when there's a clear and obvious opportunity for their group. And you got to think that's helped them maintain their energy throughout the entirety of this game. Arcalas will shift to give a little bit of pressure on Ishmael Diaz. Well-timed tackle by St. Felix under a lot of pressure from the Cibao forward. Heredia not wanting him to get out of that area, but he does so well and draws the foul. This will buy some time for Violette and allow them to get numbers forward. And that ball gets trickled in behind, an opportunity, but well defended, working back. A foul is called, however, and this will be a free kick to Violette. In scary times, Yapa trying to keep this inside the penalty area, and to be honest, I don't know if there was much in that. He uses his body well to position himself to win that in the penalty area, but a free kick nonetheless will go the opposite direction. Violette looking to take advantage of an opportunity, trying to get inside, but well defended. Space created inside by that outside run. Well defended by Saba. And I guess too well defended as the foul is called. Steven Saba can't believe it, but a free kick will go to Cibao as Carlos Heredia is helped up by our center official, Rayon Radix. Just a little bit too much body on that one as the ball goes past Saba. Charles and Diaz will stand over this one. Another clipped ball in, headed down. This one into the arms of Sanin. And that one looked strangely familiar from the first half. That's where the penalty kick came from, and the red card on a clip ball just the same. But this time, the back line of Violette ready for it. Able to track their runners, and Sanin able to make the save. Trying to find space in front of the back line. Play on, says our referee. Able to avoid pressure. The left-footed ball across. Again, well defended. Second and third clearances. Offside is called. Violette does well to step the back line, catching Christian Alba ball watching, and he is in an offside position. And so far, very impressive from Violette, as mentally staying in the game, just really good habits and discipline from their defending shape. Well won by Ishmael Diaz. Under a lot of pressure, Cibao pressing high. Heredia allowing the 1v1 in the wide area, but a great tackle from Denilson Pierre. With some help being given from the Violette bench. It looked like he took a hard tumble into the bench there. Giancarlos Lopez, just a bit of an awkward fall over by the Violette bench, walking gingerly. We are back underway, and the ball's back in play. Throw-in will be deep in the end of Violette, but it'll go in their direction. This one played to the backside, headed on, but nothing to challenge Sanin. And again, a lot of half opportunities, a lot of half chances for Cibao FC. And they are creating chances, but not a lot to test Sanin in goal. It's been a while since forcing a very difficult save from Sanin. And a lot of that has to do with the pressure on the initial challenges from the Violette players. Not allowing any clear chances on goal, just getting a body to all players, winning those first opportunities out of the air more than likely, or putting enough pressure to not allow a clear chance on their goalkeeper. Good ball to the back post, won the initial header, bounces down. Some challenges there. This one again near midfield. Well won by the center back. Played across, an open header! Trickles right by the post. And that's the best opportunity so far, coming off the head of Charles in the 100th minute. Diaz plays such a good ball in, and Charles's run gets between two defenders, but there wasn't a lot of pace on the cross, so not able to redirect that on frame. And this will take some time off the clock, which is certainly in Violette's favor to get into overtime. Not necessarily in their favor, but they did extend the game. But the longer this goes on and they're not fatiguing and getting towards that penalty kick mark, it really just evens things out for Violette. Giancarlos Lopez down again. He was the player that was hurt on the initial challenge, but he is walking off with a little bit of help. Hard challenge in midfield. That one goes across, and it'll be a throw in to Violette. And the crowd almost getting a little quieter as it gets more and more tense. We get towards close to the midpoint of the overtimes. Some pressure on the back line of Cibao. Miguel Lloyd getting a rare touch. And Cibao really needing to speed up their movement of the ball. The speed of play controlled, but a little slower. It just allows Violette to sit into their shape. Looking again for the backside run, headed down. And very important work from the midfielder, Saba. A great tackle by Charles, and they go the other direction. Saba distributing it wide. A lot of space to work with for Violette. Luima coming inside. It's a tough challenge, but fair as play continues. Letting this one through. A little scary there, but Steve Stannon comes out. Steven Saba has done so much in midfield for Violette, and all those services coming into the penalty area are initially won by the center backs, but it's the midfield getting those second opportunities and getting them out of danger that's been so critically important to their defensive effort here this evening. And a yellow card was issued to Saba. A lot of space here. A little slip ball in behind, but recovering well was Cibao. The final seconds are ticking down of this first overtime period. So far, Violette has seen out another 14 minutes and change of being down a player. Isolated in the wide space, but well defended by Archelaus. And it is indicated that there's going to be a corner kick. Archelaus unhappy along with the crowd and St. Felix. It's going to be 1 minute of additional time, so this is most likely going to be the last opportunity of this first overtime period. Cibao has a unique opportunity here to convert potentially at a very important time in the game. The service across to the near post, initially headed out, and perhaps able to recycle this is Charles. Again, the initial header won by Violette. Challenge from behind, and a foul is called. And that's the whistle for the end of the first overtime period. We're still all tied up at 0-0. An exciting game. This is what you want for a finals. The Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships has just been such a treat so far. We do still have one more overtime period, another 15 minutes coming up to see if either of these teams can find a way to get that go-ahead goal to take the lead in this second overtime period. If it stays knotted at 0-0, there will be penalty kicks at the end, but we still got 15 minutes to go, so make sure you stay tuned in, don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back with the second overtime kick. And the second half of overtime is now underway. Both of these teams just putting in such a great effort in this final game. Estadio Cibao FC, the venue for this matchup. And although we haven't seen a goal this evening, there's been a lot of entertainment with some end-to-end action. A bit surprising as Violette has been down a player for so long, but they have been really good in their counterattacking to generate opportunities for themselves. They haven't been all the time, but when they've gone forward, they have done extremely well. So far, Cibao FC generating a lot of opportunities and really not showing too much frustration, having been up the player for as long as they have, as this one's headed on, well defended by Pierre. And just continuing to go to work is Cibao, trying to create opportunities, but Violette working at this point, going the other way. A lot of recovering players for Cibao. Doing well to get around the corner is Luima. Left-footed ball across. Not too many numbers in the box. Initially cleared, but it's not out quite yet. And a tangle up there, and Violette retains possession, and now Cibao will take over. We do have a whistle. our center official is motioning to the opposite end. Luima has been down since that cross. Parima. The second half substitute, Johnny Parima, had the left-footed cross is down, so our center official, Rion Radix, is going over to take a look. Parima came on in the second half. And Parima is going to be helped off the field. And Violette does still have one moment remaining and 2 subs, so it'll be interesting to see if their manager, Ronnie Atami, will use this time as Parima looks to be hurting. And of course, Violette not being able to go down another player, it'll certainly be a harder mountain to climb for them now that we're in the 109th minute. It's 11v9 at this point. A ball in, that one sails. It'll be a goal kick to Violette, getting some very precious moments for Violette to decide how they're going to handle Parima going down. Shannon electing to go long. It's about enjoying possession right now, trying to draw out the players, especially in those wide areas, to try to create a little bit of space in the midfield. Alba helping this one on. It bounces down to the far post, but wide. Perhaps the best opportunity of the overtime periods. Carlos Heredia having a drop on his preferred left foot, but gets around it. Just doesn't time that hit well to connect and get it on frame to test the goalkeeper. And both of these teams with, of course, tired legs at this point, but Violette is the team that is down 2 players. One for the red card and one for Parima being off the field. Going in the 1v1. Well-timed tackle. Gonzalez trying to play quickly, but thought better of it. And a substitution is going to be made. Christopher Spoonie Reynoso is coming into the game, replacing Welkin Luis. Welkin Luis came in at the halftime period. And now Reynoso will take over to try to finish this game off in the final 8 minutes. Also coming into the game is Jean-Fabrice Vedrine. The midfielder will come in, and Parima is going to come out. He came on temporarily after he was hurt to try to get the numbers back, but he looks to really be in some pain. So Parima will exit and get some fresh legs. Vedrine coming into the game. And yes, there is some time left, but at this point, the managers do have to be thinking about the distinct possibility of kicks from the spot and who they're going to have in their personnel if this does, in fact, go to penalty kicks. And it's just been really industrious from Violette, not only disciplined, but the work rate and industry from every player that's been in the game has been so essential to keeping this at 0-0 so far. Left-footed ball across, initial header won again. And Cibao doing very well to position themselves when these balls are cleared. And that's a tough ball in. Heredia, is he onside? He can't take the touch. Oh my goodness. Completely wide open in front of goal was Alba. First touch just letting him down. This is such a dangerous ball from Heredia. And tries to take it off the chest and almost could have walked that one in, Christian Alba. It skims right off his chest and Sandin there. They can't believe it. The left foot Heredia playing in that inverted winger position coming inside is showing that service is so dangerous. And Violette has to be careful with that ball in behind and not dropping quick enough. Foul drawn by Violette and a hard tackle. A yellow card shown to Ishmael Diaz in the 115th minute. Diaz just recovering. And Saba drawing that one. He's on a yellow card of his own, but that time he's the recipient of a hard challenge. And so far, a very combative game. 6 yellow cards in this one. 2 of those going to Renato Lambert, of course, for the red. A rare spell of possession here for a little bit for Violette. Looking to play long, St. Felix. It's a great little ball in behind. This is where Cibao can try to break forward quickly. 3 players up for Violette, looking to recover. We're within the final 5 minutes before added time of this second overtime period from Estadio Cibao FC. Heredia elects to keep possession, swinging around the back. Long service from Gonzalez, initially won by Violette. And now looking to spring forward on the left flank. Will he be rewarded? Cutting back instead. And a strike from distance just past that near post. And Violette continuing to look for opportunities, but they must recover and get behind the ball here. Looking for the blindside ball. Sandin coming across. Alba forces him to handle that one, and he'll take a little bit of time. Pierre. Gonzalez defending in the 1v1. He does well, Darren Gonzalez. He's been so good in the back there, trying to stifle the counterattack from Violette. looking for distance, but trying to find combination play to find just a little bit of space, and this could be dangerous. A central free kick from 22 yards out for Cibao. Madrine extremely unhappy with that call from Rayon Radix, but no changing his mind. Charles just gets position, and perhaps it looked a little worse than it was, but Charles draws that foul well. There was a little bit of contact on the back, but Madrine pulls away from the contact, but the initial one is what he's being given the free kick for. And we're within the final 2 minutes of this overtime period. And the way that Violette sets up to defend this free kick is going to be so important to try to keep Cibao from getting the go-ahead goal so late into overtime. Rayon Radix is making sure the wall is set properly. 5 in the wall for Violette. And it's quite central. 4 markers. And it looks to be Charles standing over this. It is. He takes it. It deflects off the top of the wall and out for a corner kick. A lot of cheers from the Haitian fans as they urge on their team Violette, trying to even out this home advantage, and they've been so great in the crowd. Another mental test here this late in the game. We're in the 120th minute. Cibao FC needing a very dangerous service, and Violette needing to make sure that they set up well for this defensive corner kick. It'll be off the left foot of Heredia. And actually, Charles takes over. Heredia short. This one to the near post. It's flicked across. Cleared. Scary moment for Violette. And Violette not settling. They're trying to go forward quickly. Perhaps with the 1v1, a hard challenge. Out for a throw-in again for Violette. And you gotta love that from the Haitian side. Down a player, pushing the pace. There's gonna be 2 minutes of added time at the end of this last overtime. And if this stays, we will go to penalty kicks. Nielsen Pierre urging players to get higher up the field, but there is still more than a minute left, so that they have to be careful. A foul called against the back of Cibao. And perhaps Violette will get an opportunity of their own. Juan Diaz not happy about that call as the winger comes back to help defend. What an atmosphere to end this overtime period. And Violette looking to take advantage of this opportunity, but also have to be careful on any clearance as there's still a little bit of time left. This may not be the last opportunity before that whistle goes. Saba with an important service, driven across, it's cleared. A long-range opportunity, not able to connect well enough. And players now starting to feel the effects. Pierre is down as he appears to be cramping. But Cibao looking to go forward. There's still time left. They're going to have to recover Violette. Scary moments. This ball into the box. Out is Shannon able to take it. And that ends the overtime period. What an exciting game so far, and it's going to come down to penalty kicks. It's 0-0 through 90 minutes of regulation and 30 minutes of overtime, and it's going to come down to those kicks from the spot to decide which of these two teams is going to have the privilege of going to Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League in 2023. I don't think you can ask for a better final as a fan. There'll be a short period where we'll break as both of these teams get spoken to by their managers, and then we'll be back to taking two penalty kicks. Can't ask much more than this for a final for the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. I hope you're enjoying the sights and sounds just as much as I am. A CONCACAF Champions League spot on the line, being decided by penalty kicks after 120 minutes of just riveting play. So much fun to watch. So much drama in this one with the red card coming in the first half. A great defensive effort from Violette to get themselves to this point, being a player down since the 22nd minute. The fans are so into this one. Initially thought that Cibao FC would have the majority of fans. They do have so many representing here today, but also so many fans from Haiti coming to support Violette. And what a great representation of the Concacaf region and the Caribbean specifically. Some great football being played throughout the last week, and now culminating in this final going to penalty kicks. Both of these managers have to be extremely proud as they share a handshake at midfield of both of their teams. But both of these teams just doing so well and giving all of us such a great demonstration of the game in this region. Steve Sannon in goal has had a spectacular performance against a lot of opportunities from Cibao. And it looks like he'll be in goal first, and Cibao potentially will be taking the first penalty kick as Miguel Lloyd waits for his own opportunity to go into goal. Our third place game was also decided by penalties with Atletico Vega Real beating Waterhouse. And Juan Diaz for Cibao is going to get things started. He's got that wonderful left foot, stepping up to take the first penalty kick for Cibao. Last couple of words from our center official with Steve Sannon in goal. Juan Diaz with a quick approach, left-footed, clever little finish there. Ooh, that was a bit risky and a bit scary, but such immense skill. Sannon goes down early, and he just clips this over the diving goalkeeper and almost able to, but just not able to extend that right arm, and Cibao takes the 1-0 lead in the penalty shootout. Steven Saba now stepping up for his opportunity to get Violette on the board. Right foot, looking to place it, and he does. So much pressure on these players, and you can see the relief in Saba's face, tying it up and beating Miguel Lloyd, even though Lloyd did guess appropriately to his left. Keeping it low enough and with enough pace to score the penalty was Steven Saba. Charles will step up for the second penalty of the shootout for Cibao, and also his second penalty attempt of the game, missing the first one in the 22nd minute. A short run up again for Charles, and he goes to the corner, this time making no mistake. Initially pulling his wide, but that one couldn't be placed any better. Very confident, staying consistent in his approach. Sannon, perhaps thinking he might switch it up, took a step to his left, not able to get back across to make any type of attempt on that penalty. Dijon stepping up with the right foot, and well-placed penalty from Dijon. Miguel Lloyd guessing right, but that one sails right over. We're all knotted up after 2 rounds of the penalty kick shootout. Dijon not getting hardly any opportunities in this game, but when it mattered, stepping up and converting. John Carlos Lopez will take the third attempt for Cibao. Shuffling a bit, going off the right foot, right down below Shannon. It goes in somehow. That's all he needs. It keeps it low, and Shannon looking disappointed. Guessing right, but there's a lot of pace on that ball, and keeping it low against a tall goalkeeper. It's a great finish from Lopez. John Fabrice Vidrine, the second half substitute, coming in. Right-footed strike, and it's in. What a beautiful penalty and a celebration to match. The excitement and relief evident from Vidrine getting subbed into this one. More than likely for that penalty kick. Completely wrong-footing Miguel Lloyd, opening up his hips and hammering that one home. Our referee making sure that it's on the spot. Eric Yapa stepping up to this one for Cibao. A slow approach by Yapa off the right foot. Bangs it, and it's saved! It's saved by Salmon. Violette has an opportunity to take the lead in the fourth round of the penalty shootout. Eric Yapa going right down the middle, and Salmon up to the task. Just goes for power, and it's the legs of Shannon able to keep this one out. The Haitian fans are going crazy for Violette AC after that save from Steve Shannon. And Shayla Arcalas with the opportunity to take the lead for Violette. A straight run-up, right-footed, placed so composed. And Violette is on top. Can you believe it? With one round to go in this penalty kick shootout. Arcalas came in late into this game with that slow approach. Causes Miguel Lloyd to commit. And just slides it in to the left side of the goal. And this one must be made by Carlos Heredia for Cibao to have any chance to continue. Off the left foot, it's saved! Violette's done it! Out of nowhere, Violette has secured the spot in Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. Are you kidding me? Being down a man for 98 minutes of this game. Keeping it at 0-0, and the fans have taken to the field to celebrate with their team. Amazing scenes from Estadio Cibao FC. I don't know if you can draw up a better ending if you're a fan watching this game, and certainly if you're a Violette AC fan. Finishing second in the group to Cibao FC, going down a man in the 22nd minute, and Steve Stanton coming through with two crucial saves to secure their spot in Concacaf Champions League in 2023. We'll take a few moments. We're going to have awards coming up right after this. Let the fans celebrate. Make sure you stick around and see the celebrations and all the happiness coming from these fans and these players. We'll have the awards coming up right after this. And that's a save that secured everything. Steve Stannon celebrating, all of his teammates rushing after him, and madness just ensued after that. Carlos Heredia, with that fifth and final attempt, had to make it to give Cibao FC even an opportunity to potentially extend the penalty kick shootout. But Steve Stannon with two crucial saves in the final 2 rounds. Violette here for the first time in 20 years in their 3rd appearance in the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships, and just an amazing performance and them enjoying every minute of this. Their fans are. Just great scenes here from the Dominican Republic. I sincerely hope you're enjoying the scenes of pandemonium from Estadio Cibao FC. These Violette AC fans are absolutely loving this victory. Violette AC doing the improbable, going down a man until 98 minutes, and then going to penalty kicks and being able to secure that spot in the Concacaf Champions League. It seemed improbable from the beginning, but just a great defensive effort, and these fans loving every second of it. Their first time securing the Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League international competition spot out of the Caribbean region. And I don't think you could have asked for two better games in the third place game and then culminating in this final one. And I'm sure these fans will be celebrating for a long time here at the stadium. Cibao FC put on such a great performance as well. So many opportunities created, but just could not figure out a way to beat the defensive system of play that Violette was in the block, and also the outstanding goalkeeping from Steve Salmon. Just proving to be too much here this evening. Cibao FC, champions in 2017, was able to be a part of the 2018 season for Concacaf Champions League. But Violette now being able to represent this part of the region from the Caribbean, representing them. And the fans are re-entering the stands as we get ready for the award ceremony to wrap up this 24th edition of the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. Took a little bit of extra time as the fans were on the field, as you saw, so just trying to get the stage and everything sorted to be able to reward all of these players for their performances across the last 9 days. You've been able to watch just amazing scenes from Estadio Cibao FC as the Haitian fans are celebrating their team, Violette AC, winning. But the award ceremony is going to be getting underway for the Flow Concacaf Caribbean Club Championships. Fair Play Award given to Kamani Campbell of Waterhouse FC, captained the team in the third place game. Atletico Vega Real did advance on penalty kicks to CONCACAF League, but Kamani Campbell and his Waterhouse team will be playing on Wednesday for that fourth and final spot in CONCACAF League. Next coming up to